Okay, y'all, welcome on in. How is everybody doing today? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We will get started here in a moment. I am just finishing to make sure everything is set up, but don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. I would appreciate it, and I'll be getting started here in just a second. I'm just gonna throw it out there right away, so that way I don't feel like I have to say it all the whole time, you know? I completely forgot to mute the mic when I walked away. That's okay. You guys probably just heard a little bit of banging and stuff randomly. Haha. Whoops. Oh well, it's fine. It's totally fine. I just realized that there wasn't Sims 4 music playing this whole time. I am so sorry, y'all. Thank you for sticking around through that. But let's go ahead. Let's get started in the stream. And let's jump into the game. And I just realized I need to mess with specifically get rid of view. There we go. Because it had the little thing for whenever we stream Overwatch. Why does it feel like... Okay, I'm waiting for everything to also pop up on my phone. Okay, yeah, no, I do look like extremely pale right now. I feel like the saturation on my camera is horrible. Horrible. Give me 1 second, y'all. It's gonna bother me. It really will bother me. Let's go to color correction, contrast. I'm gonna pull up the contrast a touch. Saturation, let's pull you up a touch. I think it might just be what I'm wearing and the fact there's not a lot of color in my background today. I'm gonna chalk it up to that. I'm gonna chalk it up to that. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Anyways, we are going to be building on the lot Asphalt Abodes today. I've always seen Newcrest as kind of like a suburbs of Willow Creek, which is more like inspired by New Orleans. So yeah, we are going to be building specifically a residential rental lot over here in this neighborhood. This neighborhood's a neighborhood that y'all voted on me building first. I actually decided on a layout for it. This one's going to be a residential rental. Right next to it, this is a restaurant. Across the street, I'm going to do a spa. We're going to do a community space and then a, oh my goodness, not a community space. Not a community lot. I'm going to show you guys really quick before we get started fully. And then we'll fully get started. But yeah, so here we go. For Llama Lagoon is what this area is called. This is going to be the only residential space in this area because I want to make all of these over here residential with maybe one like residential, like a residential, like maybe one residential rental over here. So it's gonna have like the one residential rental, the Asphalt Abodes. Then we're going to have a restaurant. We're going to have a recreation center. There we go. That's what I was going to call it. So that way I don't have to worry about building like a pool and all kinds of stuff. a lot of these areas, a lot of these cities are probably gonna have recreation centers because I think they're such a great tool. Same with the community space because I want to be able to build a bunch of different lots that could possibly be there. I think that's cool for Newcrest, and then we're gonna have the spa. So this area, because it's like kind of amount of, it's like the right amount of cosmopolitan. There's like some playgrounds or some areas to walk around and stuff. I imagine people walk around as they go to the restaurant, they go to the like recreation center or the community space. So let's go back over to Asphalt Abodes. I have not given it any kind of name or anything so far. So we're gonna kind of try to figure it out with that as well at some point. But to get started, we are literally just gonna come in here. I'm just gonna kind of build the bare bones of everything right away, because I am basing it on the architecture around us. So kind of like I'm literally basing it off of this house right here, which has like the wraparound porch and everything. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Which I think for that we'll have to go about maybe a little bit deeper even. And then we're gonna go up a bit because we are near the water line, so it does make sense for it to be up a bit higher. And it's a pretty boring house. It doesn't have a lot going on. It doesn't have a lot of like angles or curves or anything. It's kind of like the porch that gives it that like unique feel. So it's basically a box. It is basically a box. We're gonna go from like right here to about right here for that full wraparound porch. And we're going to make it 2 stories tall. That one does look like it has, at least on the first floor, definitely tall walls. On the second floor, I'm gonna give it like medium height. And then I do feel like to do that roof, we're gonna have like a little like attic area. Like we could totally hide one in there, but I guess we shall see. So down here, just so that way I have like the porches, like, or the balconies and stuff. I want to make sure, let's enclose that again. But balconies, I want those to be around here as well. And the balcony, I guess they aren't a full wraparound. It does end right there, but for this one, we're gonna do a full wraparound because I think it makes the most sense to have a full wraparound. And then, okay. We have that, and then we have this. Let's see. Up front, we're going to go ahead and have it as well. There we go, a deck. That's what I should have been putting on in the first place. This one, we're going to extend out a touch, I think. And kind of the same with this. I'm going to extend it out a touch. We'll move the house as a whole back. Congrats on getting first, Patrick. Congratulations. But yeah, we're just we're figuring this out as we go. Let's place the deck piece right here as well, just to have that more correctly there. We're gonna duplicate that over to this side. Kind of looking at the house. It doesn't have to look exactly like it, but I want it to look like relatively similar to like all these houses and stuff around here. I guess I should have explored a little bit more. Some of these are much larger and would make more sense for a residential rental. Ooh, your first. Yes, you got your first this time, Patrick. Congratulations. Like even this looks weird. I've never fully looked at these like houses and stuff that are around here. Okay, yeah, a lot of them have like the wraparound porches. They're very like much to the French architecture. I like that one. I think I'm gonna kind of base ours because it has a little bit more dimension on it because of that like front room piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we can go ahead and do that. And I kind of want to do the same thing off the back. I don't think I did that one right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And doing something like that as well. Let's duplicate it. Put this back here. And back here. I don't know why I don't want any of the balconies to necessarily wrap around. I just think it makes the most sense without wraparound. And I want you to go all the way up to you. And I think on this first floor, we can definitely also have a little bit of a... Like, okay, maybe it won't go up quite as far. Maybe it'll go out about that far. And we'll move it out by one more. So that way that's like a straight vertical. And this one I'm just gonna duplicate this and put it down here instead. Perfect. And I think we're gonna go to move this lot around a little bit. Let's see, we're gonna move it back a touch. That way we have some front yard space to work with. How do I get rid of those? I forgot. Currently... Oh, it's O. Okay. Why is it still showing? I don't know. Okay. Well, that's kind of like the bare bones of this build, I'm thinking. So that also means, let's go ahead and pull... Whoop. Let's go and pull this back by one. We can have like the two entrances on either side. Maybe this front piece is to get up and down stairs right here too. That could be very useful. Because I'm thinking like literally splitting it in half downstairs, upstairs wise. So let's go and really quickly get some lights to just throw in here. I need lighting. Please and thank you. Oh my goodness, it's gonna show everything. So I was a victim to the update madness where it basically got rid of everything for me. And I am very upset about that right now. So I don't know why it's still showing those guidelines. Let's go ahead and save the game really quick. Also, camera and sound are great. Yay! Thank you, Patrick, for checking for me. I appreciate it. I most definitely appreciates it. Okay. So as far as separating these out, I kind of want to just split them all down the middle like that. And like call that good. So I'm thinking staircase wise. So we need stairs out here on this exterior piece. That's just a given. These other ones have like the wooden stairs. So I think that's what we're gonna go with is like the nicer like wooden stairs. Probably the basics one. Let's go and move those a bit closer. Okay, this is 5 steps tall. I think... Like, let's move all of this down a little bit. Duplicate that over to this side. About there. And then inside, we can have the tall height doors if we want. I don't, or no, is this the medium height? I don't know. We can have some taller doors on here. Is what I'm trying to get around to. And I don't know. Okay. Here's my dilemma with like doing this entire build. I don't know how necessarily I want to do this. I am kind of thinking of just doing this as an all-out, like, I can use any pack, everything from everything type of world. Because I personally think that would be fun. I don't do that very often. But I think that everything, I'm not going to limit myself. I'm not going to limit myself on these builds, okay? Okay. Okay, let's really quickly go to manage worlds and then go back in because those lines around everything are bothering me with the residential rental. Okay, let's go back into build and let's try this again. And let's see. Yay, the lines are gone. Okay. That was getting annoying, okay? But I do think we're going to be using a lot of the Strangerville stuff because I do think, as far as I know it, this is based around a lot of like French architecture. And that world, it just seems to like have like really good architectural pieces for this. Are these, I just realized, I think that these aren't, oh my gosh, those weren't foundations this entire time. I lied to myself. Wow, I can't believe that those weren't foundations this entire time. Well, let's go ahead and replace those. Or let's see. Go. Like, it didn't move up the rest of the house with it, which to me is strange. A strange little thing that didn't happen. So let's just go to make sure that the rest of the house moves up. There we go. Now it's actually a foundation and not just... That was interesting. That was very, very interesting, y'all. I also don't think that places like in this part of the country have basements or anything. I'm not 100% sure. Does New Orleans architecture have basements? If anyone finds out, let me know. Ooh, townhouse stairway. I like the basic mega stairs though the most, I think. Just for this build, I don't know why. We can change color and stuff later. This is just to kind of get an idea. I do think that the Strangerville doors look the best for this. I mean, we could also use that, but like those doors just make so much sense. I don't know what color scheme I want to do because I kind of want to do like a fun color scheme. You know what? There's a lot of blue in The Sims. Let's do like blue and white for the color scheme of this house. And the windows, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Strangerville has some very nice windows as well that we can use. I'm gonna go back and then go back in. So the exterior of this house is probably gonna have a lot of Strangerville utilized in it. So just as a heads up to anyone who is thinking of downloading it, I do think, because these are the actual like tall walls, aren't they? Yeah, but I don't think, yeah, Strangerville doesn't have any tall windows. And then the more basic sized windows. Okay. All good things to know. All good things to know. I do think I'm going to use these ones though. For this like entryway. I don't know, possibly just the two in the center like that. Just to give some natural light. Yeah, there's no way I can fit a staircase in just this. I think we're gonna have to extend that out a little bit. And then we are literally just gonna get the sturdy stairs really quick. And let's do that. I'm trying to think of what the best way to do this would be. Oh, it's because upstairs it also needs the space. I mean, I think something like that would be our best bet. Let's even it out a little bit more. If I do that, then I could have it. No. See, this right here is the hard part, is trying to figure out the stair situation. Get upstairs to the second, like these units up here. I do think that it's just gonna have to be like we sacrifice some room in the units to have like not a full-on like proper hallway, but more of a proper hallway. So that way I can fit staircases. So I kind of want to do that. But I also don't want to make these feel like too squished. Like I'd at least want to do like that. And up here. Although I don't know. If I do that. I'm just trying to think right now, y'all, with how like what the best way would be to do this. So we could do it and have it like that. We could also, let me see. Go back to this. Ooh. Do I want the interior to be like more wooden? We could do like the interior more wooden. And then we could do that. Remove the floor right there. And have it kind of be like a little look over type of thing. Then we can have doors on either side right here as well. I'm thinking maybe we do that. And in that case, I want some like nicer looking wooden stairs, I think. Like something that matches specifically the Strangerville color. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna be kind of like the wood tone for the interior right here. This like first little entryway interior. Everything else is gonna be more personalized. So I think Sims that we maybe come up with little stories for. But yeah, as far as like everything else goes, I think it's gonna be like this. And then for the interior doors, we do have this one, but I think that one will be like the interior door. I don't know if we have any other Strangerville. I don't know. I saw, oh my goodness, my brain. Brain. Where are you? I might just go with these doors again. They're a bit big, but That's kind of what makes them fun. And I think having it like that will look the nicest. But there we go. I wanted to kind of get that figured out. So that way now we kind of have our units figured out. And we can kind of figure out things like roofing and everything else on this. I do want to put one of these on here. What do you look like? Okay. You look like you could be nice. This one, however, I really like. Which means we'll have to change the door and windows for that, but that's okay. Is that the correct, like, kind? Yeah. That it is. That it is. Perfect. Okay, yeah, those are the right. Those are good. These ones just need to come out by one more. There we go. I feel like for those, we should almost do... Nah. We don't need to. Okay. There's all of that stuff. Okay, yeah, I was curious to see if this would go in here. Okay, there we go. Kind of get that a little bit cleaned up. We don't want it to necessarily go into the interior of the build. Okay. So there's that. Now we're gonna need like pillars and columns and all of those things. And again, I think Strangerville has some good ones. I don't know if they have like thick enough ones though for this house. These might be good for more like of the smaller houses and things. I love those pillars. I think they were just using like more solid looking pillars on the other houses, it looked like. Kind of like these ones. These have like a white and a... They do have a white and a blue. It's like all these things were meant to work together, you know? Okay, yeah, we're gonna wrap this porch all the ways around. Because it's gonna bother me if we don't. Let's see. That's probably actually more correct than this side. I'm doing that. I guess I could be actually like utilizing this because like how far have I been doing them apart? About 3-ish. When in reality, I can't really do. But 3 makes it look the best. So I think it's just gonna have to be like the 2 back here, and that's okay. Or would it be better if I just got rid of that one? No. I think it's better to keep it. Okay. Three. And we are gonna just extend these porches to be fully wraparound. Like so. Well, essentially fully wraparound. Let's see. Boom. 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 Okay. I'm really liking how this is turning out so far. We're gonna save again really quick. I'm gonna be saving a lot, y'all. I do not want my build to break. Okay? I really do not want my build to break at all. It'll make me very sad if it does. I guess I can move these down a little bit. Okay. So, and then up here, kind of what those other ones have is like a flat space. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a 3rd floor, which is going to be an attic, essentially. And we're gonna do it like that. So that way we can kind of build off of this. So we'll go around. Let's pull it in by 1. And then we're gonna have to tilt the pitch up pretty high. And we're gonna do that. For at least these pieces. Let's see. We're gonna see how good I am at building these dang roofs, y'all. Let's see. Boom. Or here. Let's get one of you. Let's put it all the ways across and we'll see how tall it gets. The thing is, I want it to look more like that up there. Let's go ahead. Pull you in. Pull you in. And boom. And boom. I don't know how you would do this, actually. I'm kind of lost for how you would do this. Like, I already know that I want these pieces, or this roof, like, right here. That one's a given. That one I know that I want, like, so. And that one I could make a touch taller like that. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this. And then let's duplicate that on the other side. Now we can do that, which would then be that. And that instead. Yeah, no, this would have to be the two, like, where it's only... I don't know. We might not be able to do this. Is this actually possible to do? Because we could do that. And then... boom. 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 But then those pieces intersect. I'm trying to figure out, like, how we would get those corners to work. Because right now that's my issue. Is there, I don't know if there's a, like, we'll see. We'll see if we can figure it out. I'm like, I feel like there has to be a way. I feel like I've seen people make roofs like this before, and I just can't remember how to do it. Like that. And then, would it be like this piece, maybe? I mean, that kind of works, doesn't it? Doing it like that instead of this piece. So doing... Did I just figure out how to make this work? Wait. Then I can duplicate you. And I forgot how to rotate for a second here. Why is my brain... There we go. I'm over here forgetting hotkey. Oh my goodness, we figured out how to do this. I knew that there had to be a way. I really, really did. Okay. And these will just have to go a little bit further. Duplicate you. Oh my goodness. Why was that so hard to figure out? I've never done that before. I'm really happy I figured out how to do it. Okay. I am actually ecstatic that we figured out how the heck to do that. Oh my goodness. That is great. That is amazing. I am so excited. Y'all, I figured out how to make that kind of roof. Okay. It does have some stacks, like some chimney stuff. What do they look like on that one? They're like the flat open ones. Do we have... Those have to be in here, right? I feel like they have to be. Those might be the closest ones. I don't know. Yeah, I think that those might be the closest one, if we're being completely honest. The concrete double chimney. We have the handcrafted chimney, which does look quite nice. I don't like the stone on it. We have the triple chimney. Which is kind of funny, but not quite what we're looking for. I think that this one might be our best bet, where we do like one over here and one over here. And let's go and get the stairs, or the railings. I think that this might be one of the better ones. Because it's supposed to be kind of like decorative, you know? I actually really like how that looks. Okay. Okay, we're doing good so far. I'm only on the exterior. And how long have we been streaming for? Almost an hour. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. And we have that entire now, like, 3rd floor up there. So I'm thinking that these upstairs units will get some, like, hidden... Like, maybe not so hidden, but they'll get, like, a 2nd floor in here. Which I think is really cool. These bottom units are going to be the smallest, and then we're going to have, like, slightly bigger units up here, because there'll be 2 floors, or 2 stories. For the upstairs ones. Maybe we could do those ones kind of like a loft style or something, where it's like up here is just like a little loft area. No, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I also just know I want to place down lights everywhere in here. There we go. Yes, that's shared. That's shared. I guess we're going to start on the left for unit 1. We're going to make this 1. We'll make that 2. We'll make this 3. This one will be 4. And then up here, this one will also be 4. And this one will also be 3. So if we now look at this, we can kind of see where the different units are, which is perfect. And then up here is also going to be a shared space. Maybe the top 2 units will have access to the roof or something. Just like a fun little thing. But anyways, okay. Now we need to figure out like paint colors and stuff like that. So let's come over here to the foundation really quick. Over there is like more of like a wooden foundation, like this. I'm kind of thinking of doing that for... I'm also thinking of this one. Of doing it like that, but no, it doesn't quite work, does it? Green. They do have like the blue one right here, and then maybe doing that for everything else around it, because it is like more of a patio type of thing. I don't know though, like would those pillars like straight up break through that, or would they have... They might actually have like a stronger foundation just in general for this house. For the siding, we're gonna have to see. I do want obviously like a light blue siding. What kind of siding did they use for that one? Like your normal one, like a normal base game one. But do I want the house itself to be blue or white? Now that's the bigger question there. Is the house going to be blue or white or another color somewhere in between? I love these ones. Where's that? That's the color I probably want. I think the house itself is going to be blue. Because otherwise, there's not enough color, I don't feel like. And we can do the same thing for you. And that one, it doesn't matter. But okay. I'm using the morning sun for now. I don't like any of the lighting. None of the lighting in this actually looks great. It's okay. Fine. And can these not fit up here at all with the... No, they cannot. We're definitely going to be making use of them down here. Although now that I've decided that the house is going to be blue, I think the windows should be white instead. Just to like continue that contrast with it. I'm also debating grabbing these pillars and pulling them in. And by that, what I mean is like, pulling them in and onto the sides of the house, which I think, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do. I feel like adding the pillars to the exteriors of houses like that just makes it look so much nicer. At least in my opinion. I always debate on the inner corners, but I don't think I'm going to. Whoop. I'll get rid of the random pillar in a second. Okay. There we go. There we go. And there's that last one. Let's delete you. Okay, so Windows-wise, we are stuck to these ones. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one up here just because I think that looks nice. And I want like taller windows again. Or either taller or maybe like that. That one also works right there. Actually, yeah, that one works pretty well right there. I like it. I like it. I will take it. I'm thinking of just using the sturdy stairs for this, like the white sturdy stairs. And for the stair rails and everything, we are going to be using the old school stair rail. We're going to be doing boom and boom. And then for all of the fencing, we're also going to be using that. Let's go ahead and make that a thing. Let's see. It looks like a lot right now, and that's because it kind of is. My computer's lagging a little bit with the fence placement. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. You know what I just realized? I messed up on this because this roof... Okay, I'm gonna put this and this right here. It needs to extend all the ways out like that. And same with that. Whoops-a-daisy! To cover this top level. Well, this house suddenly doesn't have as much dimension to it now, does it? I think we can figure out an alternative to pulling out those roof pieces. Let's see. Like, we could put one of these roofs down and split across this whole thing, like so. And essentially putting it down, like, nearly flat. Like that. And that still also allows for that to be a thing. I don't know. Okay, now I see why the upstairs only has certain parts of it. On the design. Okay, okay, I concede. Let's see. Let's delete that. And then we can just delete that pillar. I understand why it was designed the way it was designed now. It's okay. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Although I might move this pillar over by 1. And we might widen the staircase by 1. Just to help make it make more sense. But also the nice thing with this is that means that all the residents get like private, or like the top upstairs residents will get like private little balconies and stuff. Downstairs residents don't, but that's okay. The upstairs are definitely the apartments you would want more. And that is for dang sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Okay. Yeah, let's go and extend all of these out to reach what they need to reach. Except now the roofing situation doesn't work again. Or will it? I guess we'll have to see. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna delete all the rest of these really quick. Isn't gonna work. No. No, it's not. Okay. I thought I had done something great, y'all. I really, really did. Okay. That'll be the correct size for also this side. And then we need to do one that comes out to here. And over. We're going to do all the ways over. We need the center to be over that. And then for it to be essentially like that. The issue I run into again is these gaps right here in the corner. Which I guess we could do something. I'm not 100% sure what we could do. Yeah, I'll tell that I'm a little bit salty now. Oh, those are both a little bit too high still. Which I guess I could keep. Oh my goodness, the other ones. Where are they? know what? Yeah. We're gonna have to go way back. Okay, let's pull you in. Okay. Y'all, why is roofing always the most difficult thing in this game? Like, I truly will never understand why that is always just the case with this game. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I figured it out. Oop. We've figured it out. Figured out how to make it look nice still. Which is the hardest part with this game, I swear. Is figuring out how to make this roofing look okay. Like, look acceptable, you know? Okay. You know what? And that makes the roof look way more interesting, and it makes the house look way more interesting, too. So I'm kind of okay that we had that little hiccup there. Let's go and grab that. And replace you and you. And then you. And you. Ooh, the replace tool is being finicky right now. Oh my goodness, my game does not like the replace tool. I need to make sure I remember that. Get rid of both of those. I can't make these pillars just go all the way through, can I? No. What if I do bb dot move objects? Nope, still can't. That's okay. Yeah. Well, at least this looks a lot better now. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to move all of those pillars. Well. We're gonna have to figure this out. Ooh. That means it's time for an ad. I'm not even done with this yet. No. Okay, and that was 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And you know what? We're gonna do it, I think, like that instead. I think that looks a little bit better as if it's framing it. Perfect. And there we go. Okay. Yep, I like how that looks. So that's gonna be kind of like what we're doing on all the sides. We're gonna move you over. This one will be 1, 2, 3. This one will only be 2. That is where the, yeah, okay. 3. There we go. Do it like that. And we already have those pillars as well right there. And these ones we're just gonna have to like move over a touch. And then add them to this top row as well. Which that'll be easy because now we're just following the patterns that were already on the bottom. Boom, boom, and boom. Boom. I'm gonna put all these like really short, tiny ones on the corners. There we go. Okay, look at that. Look at how that... Okay. That very much so, in my opinion, mimics the style of this area so far. I need to put one more pillar. Or a couple more pillars right there. I just realized. But other than that, it very much so emulates the style of this area, in my opinion. And then for this, I also kind of want to do like that one for underneath the... Is it a lot? Yes, it is a lot, but I feel like it's fits with the architecture and the style. So we have... Okay, y'all, things are coming together, and I'm actually liking how they're coming together. Okay, we won't put a window up there. It's fine. No, we're gonna put a window up there. There we go. Do the same thing on this side. The rest of the windows, I don't know that they'll be the same again, but you know, that's okay. For the chimney, let's also see. Ads already in progress. I already missed that, so I'm not even gonna worry of. Sorry. Let's go and throw these back up here. We could do like so. And then for the actual roofing tile, what does the other house have? They're all like a browner color over here, and they're the like these ones, I think. Because the roofing wise, I just kind of want it to be cohesive with what's around, and yeah, that's what it looks like it is. Even if it doesn't match the color scheme, I think it's the roof. It doesn't have to match the color scheme exactly. And then for the roof pieces, I do want them to have like a thicker outline, I think. I don't know if I want the thickest one. Although we can test it and see. You know what? No, the thickest one does look good. Oop, I didn't get one of the pieces, the roofing pieces. There we go. Y'all, look at how... I actually really like how that looks. Okay. We need to figure out exterior doors for up here. We also need to figure out the interior doors are going to be their like doors, which I'm leaning towards these guys as their front doors. Because I think that they look cute. And then on this side, I think we'll have the front doors be over here. Think, unless I want to put them over here so I can give the downstairs people as much room as I possibly can. I could do that. And then have the staircase only sticking out by about like that much instead. I think that's the more fair way to go. Okay, and then for this, we need to go and grab the Strangerville stuff with just the brown ones again. Perfect. And boop. Do I want to do that? No. I'll just paint the stair pieces themselves. Oh, I forgot that I'd made this a... That's right. Well, that just means that these people also get that little bit of extra space in here. So that's all that means to me. Okay. So there's a staircase up and down for this like apartment. This quadplex? I don't even know what you'd call this. It's 4 different buildings all in one. Or 4 different housing situations all in one. Okay, so for the doors for upstairs right here. I can't use a 2 tall door. I have to use a 1 tall door. And I don't believe there's any other Strangerville doors that are like exterior Strangerville doors. Other than the 2 tall, of course. Because why would there be? Why would there be? Although something like that would work. We could do something like that. That works as well. Or the well-crafted door. They only have it where the door is the color instead of being the door being white. I'm trying to think of what I would want. Because I want some kind of door with like windows on it, you know, like a door that is meant to be like an exterior facing door. No. I mean, we could still have this on here. Oh, that's already gone anyways. Interesting, interesting. When did that disappear? Yeah, it disappeared in a few different spots. Okay. Which is fine, we can fix. And then it's still on all of that. So that's still good. It's still on there. Okay, I think it's time to save, exit out of the map, and then go back in again. Hello, Ollie. How are you doing today? What are you up to? Hope you're having a fantastic day. We are just trying to get this to work properly. Y'all know how that goes. Y'all know how that goes. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back in. Let's continue building. I'm having a lot of fun building this though, so far. Yeah, I don't know why. Why can't I place it in certain spots? There's that. But it wants me to only place it down on like this exterior. And then like in here it works. I'm very confused as to why it doesn't want to place down right there now. Is it because there's no, like, ceiling on top of these ones or something? Let's see. Well, let me... No, it wants to go in between the columns. And that's not necessarily what I want it to do. I mean, that's what it does on that one, though. As they have it going around the columns. I was going to have the two different types, you know? Okay, you know what? I give up. Let's have it go around the columns up here and downstairs. Let's come down here. Just because I don't feel like fighting with it. And we're gonna do that literally just so that way to let me frame that. And delete all of that. We're only gonna place that one. I shouldn't have done backspace. I should have deleted things. There we go. And let's just do boom, boom. My issue now is I need to get rid of just those pieces. So let's go and come in here. Okay. I think the only way is going to be to get rid of that part of the balcony for a second. Because I don't know. Okay. So that's where like fencing can go down, right? So doing that now creates that. And I don't understand. I really, really don't understand. Okay, I can delete that now. But I can't place this between the other pillars? Oh, no, I can. Okay. It was just taking a second and giving me a hard time. There we go. Okay, we might need to figure out something else as far as a fence situation goes. Or I could go back to like an original plan and just, since this is going to be like a multi-structural home, just straight up deleting that. Or like a resident home. This isn't just like a single resident home. So making these to where they're more private porches instead of like a full wraparound porch might make sense. It could have been something that someone did like whenever they bought it and changed it into multiple dwellings instead of just being a single dwelling. And see, watch. Now it should let us. I also do want to delete all of that because there's no point in having it if all of the roof is just going to be this one. There we go. Perfect. And perfect. Okay, and now like everyone can have like these private little walkways and stuff around, like private little patios. Downstairs doesn't get as many as the upstairs. That's okay. As we've kind of said, the downstairs units are just not going to be quite as nice as the upstairs units. And because that's now not on there, we can also use the same doors downstairs and upstairs instead of having to use different exterior doors on this like outside part. Let's see. So we can now do that, and it's not gonna look funky. It'll look fine. Okay, we also need to kind of like figure out who all lives in this building. I finally caught a stream. Congrats, Nemi. I'm glad that you finally caught a stream. Welcome in. How you doing? How you doing today, Nemi? But yes. Okay, we're finally done with the exit. You know, y'all, I already know. Did I ever? I never did. I can't believe I never did. That's okay. I can pull the footage from the live stream, I'm sure, to an extent. I'm a little bit salty, but that's okay. That's okay. It's just the exterior that we have built. Look at how nice that looks. Okay, sorry, y'all. My ring, like... So my ring has, like, these rubber band things on it. It's a pride ring, and sometimes they fall off because I mess with them a little bit too much sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so it's just a touch annoying. A touch annoying, and I'm going to fix it really quick because if I don't, it'll annoy me even more. And it'll cause even more issues. Now that I kind of finally have this figured out as to how I want this to look, we're saving. We are saving. And we need to kind of figure out flooring, which is definitely going to be what... Did Strangerville come with anything? No, they did not. Okay. I think we're gonna do the antique wood strip. Maybe not. It looks a little bit too... Do the glorious grain. I'm tempted to do that working hard one. We could do the elegant parquet. Elegance parquet. Or the heritage hardwood. Heartwood planks? You know? Yeah. Let's do that for the balcony and everything. There we go. Boom. Boom, boom. 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 Up here on the roof, we're going to do some sort of like galvanized metal. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do on the roof, actually. Because I kind of wish that... Could do something like that. What is this? Brushed metal. I'm like, yeah, we could do that. That looks about right. It would be kind of like rusted older. I think that looks good. Okay. Y'all, I'm actually pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with this and how it's turning out. Okay, let's go ahead and go in here really quick and figure out the layout of the apartments. So that way I can actually kind of start building the windows and everything. So these downstairs units are pretty small. They're probably going to be like a 1-bedroom. Is kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna just kind of throw down a random double-sized bed just to go ahead and give us like a look really quick. I think that's definitely going to be a bathroom. I think the bedroom would be like right here. So kind of having maybe even having like that. And then this will be more or less like a hallway to the bathroom. Or we could fully extend this. We can make that kind of like the quote-unquote master bathroom or master half bath. Or maybe that's like exterior storage. And we could do like that. And then the bed could fit perfectly, like kind of like right there. This could be kind of like the overall bathroom, which gives us this space to being kind of like the public space. Could even kind of give a little bit more and do that. I'm gonna give it one more. There we go. Oh, whoa. This stuff's all still here. No, thank you. It's because of that one. That's why it was still there. Okay. So we can do that, and then let's just throw down like bathroom stuff. Let's throw down like, let's say it's a tub shower mix or something. Go ahead and do something like that, which since these ones actually don't need to be as, go ahead and do this, maybe just extend it out to there. And we could have like shower on one side, a little bit smaller. How do you have to do this? It'd be like shower. I'm gonna turn off move objects. That's why it can be as close as that. We could do like shower, toilet, and then sink off to the end over here. Like that. As far as doors go, I already know that I want to just use the normal, these doors in here. I think we're gonna do the hardwood color. So we could do that. Boom, boom. Do I want a door from the master bedroom? I mean, we could. We could do a door from the master bedroom as well. So we could kind of do like that, or it's the two doors, the toilet, the sink, that. That's the bathroom. And then I'm pretty sure we could fit like a kitchen and living room. I'm thinking kitchen. I'm thinking kitchen like over in this little corner almost. Like it's gonna be a weird looking kitchen. But I think we could totally figure it out. Just kind of throwing down like a fridge, maybe. And then we can have the counters like, I know they have, yeah, like this piece. Although I don't know. That doesn't feel like a good spot for a kitchen. So maybe the kitchen could be like what you walk into. So it could be kind of like right here is the kitchen. You see, beggars can't be choosers, okay? We have 1, 2. We could have 1. We could have the stove. And then we could do like an island bar seating type of situation over here. Just to have like a tiny bit more space. And then on the island, we can have like the sink. Or not, because the sink has to face that way on that. Okay. So then in that case, I'll move the fridge over by one more. So it's going to be a pretty cramped little apartment. But we'll make this look a lot nicer too, okay? It's fine. So we could kind of do that. So we have like the cooking space. We have the islands right there. We could have seating, and then in here, that's enough space for like living space. Oh yeah, I like this. I like this little layout. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, this could be like where the fireplace is. What we could do is we could do kind of like a little like that. And then we can do the fireplace right there, which I don't know what kind of fireplace I'd want for these builds. I feel like they'd have like something more like that, like more of like a antique-y looking something. We'll figure it out later. Do I want to do that, or do I want to have the fireplace inset like that? We could have the fireplace inset like that. I don't know. I kind of like it sticking out. We could have the fireplace right there. We could also move the kitchen to that side and do this side as living space. We'll figure it out. But as long as like everything can kind of like fit in here, we're good. And it doesn't have to be like a big sofa. We could do something like that. And TV, all that stuff. Yeah, okay. I think, although this bedroom doesn't need to be this big either. It can be like a long, narrow bedroom like this. And I feel like that's kind of fine. We even have the bed. Yeah, that would still work. Okay. Yeah, this gives us enough room to kind of like figure out what the heck to do. So we're gonna just kind of mirror this on the other side now. Where I think that's gonna be like outdoor storage slash like maybe, I don't know, we'll figure out something fun to do in there. I think we might just throw a closet right there. And then this entire thing is gonna be a bedroom. And then from there, let's just do like that for now. Let's do boom. We're going to sink this in by 1. And then boom like that. That's how the downstairs is going to more or less be laid out. I'm actually kind of curious. Closets. We could totally put like a closet out here or something if we wanted to. We could also use it as a dual purpose as being a closet for that. It could also just be like a random room based off of like what they enjoy doing. Maybe it's like a little sunroom or something. I don't know. If y'all have any ideas as to like what those little rooms right there could be, let me know. I guess those could technically be a master bathroom if we wanted it to be, and then we could, because how big is this? Yeah, that's technically enough room, I think, to fit everything. Yeah, we can have the toilet all the way up against right there and have a sink. This one I just changed the entire layout. Hold on. It could be like the master bathroom. We could have like a little tiny bathroom right there. I do think I'm gonna keep that. The master bedroom. Master bathroom. We could totally do the kitchen right there then instead. I don't know. Either way, we have like the exterior walls figured out more or less, so I'm not too worried about that specifically. Oh my gosh, these just keep like popping up, I swear. I think it's as I'm building walls, they just decide to like pop up. But yeah, okay, cool. So that could be like a bathroom in the back. Okay. Okay. These ones up here are also going to be very interesting to figure out how to build, because specifically these ones, we are going to have a second floor. Although, and yeah, the second floor is not huge. We could do... We could do something like that. Just right off the bat, that's where the stairs will go. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. And maybe these stairs, yeah, are just like walled off in these ones. Get up to that second floor, so that way it gives us like more of like a flat blanket space. I kind of want to do a bedroom right here as well, but then I wouldn't want the stairs right there. So I don't think that's going to be a bedroom. I think the master bedroom is going to be up here, which makes the most sense to me, okay? It makes the most sense to me to have this be like the master bedroom up here. You might even be able to fit, or like the master suite will be up here, and maybe we can have a second room down here, which could have that little... I might want to move the stairs. We shall see, because then this is also still just like a weird little thing. We could do something kind of like that. And that could still be a thing. It's hard because, like, see, something kind of like that feels the best to me. I mean, it could be another bedroom right here. It really, really could be. And then up here, I'm gonna have this entire thing blocked off by that. I think I'll do it kind of like that, so that way there's more room to walk. And this up here will be like the master suite. But yeah, I don't like hallways to only be like one wide. To me, it just doesn't feel... It doesn't feel like enough room. So we're gonna do that. And again, I really don't know how I want to lay out down here. Then this master bed, or this bedroom up here, I guess this would be more of like an attic bedroom. This could technically be considered the secondary room. And this down here be like the primary. Because that room up there won't get any kind of like access to balconies or anything like that. So that would be an issue to an extent. I'm also debating if instead of that, I want to have these doors like that, because these will be private. These could be private balconies up here instead of like the public ones like downstairs. Because we could do that. I think I like that idea. Or no. We'll keep those as like public spaces. They'll be like public sitting spaces to go upstairs and sit down. They have the back balcony. That'll be their private one. I'm just really trying to figure out this dang layout. Because I want there to be another room. Where would it make... I mean, it would make the most sense to have the room like right there. Or should essentially just do like the same thing as we did downstairs. Have that be a room. You know? Maybe that is what we'll do. And we can figure out something else for the stairs. There we go. I don't know why that was so hard to make. Let's leave a decent size, like, little footprint up here. Let's see. It gets rid of more space for the upstairs. But in order for the downstairs to work, it might be necessary. Because then we could stick that right here. Or we can flip it and kind of stick it right there. And if I wanted to, I could even do that. And essentially make it into its own little, like, sort of room. And that would also extend, like, this master bedroom to have a little bit more room just randomly right there. For whatever we want to do with it. I think that works. I think that works out well, actually. Go ahead and duplicate this. Or actually... up here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Everything is starting to run a little bit slower. Okay, maybe it's better if I set this as a residential first. And I'll set it as a residential rental later. I have a feeling that is partially... Oh yeah. That works so much better. Okay. So, I want for you to start there. Boom. Or actually... we're gonna move the staircase. We're gonna do that. And then, like, that. Oop, nope, we're gonna do it. Yeah, right there. There we go. Yeah, now that I think that it's like considered all its own little thing, it's just working a lot more smoothly. Let's go and do that, because I'm not gonna put any railings on these stairs, just that way they don't look weird. Okay. So there we go. We're gonna do that as kind of like the layout of this main room. We have up there as well. I am thinking... this downstairs definitely needs like a half bath. I just need to figure out where I'm putting everything first. And it'll be on an interior wall, so it won't affect the exterior at all. Up here, kind of like the same thing. It's a little bit of a more complicated layout, but I quite like the fact that it's a little bit more of a complicated layout. That was a mistake. Can I not? No, I can't. Oh, that's weird. Okay. That is weird that I can't make the wall up on top of that. Like that I can't do a... I might need to just get rid of that wall. But I like how it looks like that instead. But again, I think I'm gonna do kind of like that for this like little entryway up here. And those rooms don't really matter. They don't affect the exterior windows at all. Okay, now we can kind of figure out some more windows. So let's go and go in here. As far as tall windows go, I think that these are the only tall windows that we have. We do need to have some more exterior doors that aren't necessarily like front doors. Like there is a tall sliding glass door that I think doesn't fit the historical aspect of this, but I still like. So I think we're gonna use that one. Yeah. And we can put them kind of like not directly in the center, a little bit off center. And then for over here, maybe we'll put them directly across from the entryway. So yeah, we'll make this not the kitchen, but kind of like that. So that way they have access to those areas. Up here, I'm going to do the same thing directly across. And we're going to do one a little bit more. I don't know why it keeps throwing that up. That should be like honestly one of the last things I put up. I remember why I typically don't put that up until last now. And directly across the entryway. Perfect. Those aren't necessarily windows, but they kind of are because they're glass sliding doors. They're essentially just windows in a different form. Perfect. And then I do want some more of these windows, especially downstairs. We could totally put one like... No, that feels a little bit too glitchy. Okay, I am thinking that maybe right here we can put 3. Again, the idea of where I was going to put the kitchen completely scrapped at this point. Oh, these aren't the same. Oh, no, they are. Okay. And we can do kind of like the same thing up here, where is kind of the looking out over. Like to the front, there's like those windows. We have the sliding glass door. Right here's the bedrooms. I don't think I want to put as tall of windows. And the very back, those are bathrooms. So we also aren't going to put windows on those. Let's see. Other Strangerville window options include this one. Which, yeah, it could work quite well. I have to also keep in mind that, like, wherever I put... I don't think I'm going to put any more windows, like, on this backside. Backside is going to be kind of bland. It's just going to be, like, the pillars, the sliding glass doors. I don't think I'm going to put more windows back there. Put those ones. There are also... I want to keep in kind of, like, the pointier fashion. Could also put these ones around. I don't know. Also don't know how tall things are. Wait. Okay, yeah, so I would want windows lined up with the top of those. Perfect. That's like what I needed to know. I'm thinking... maybe we do like that, like a cluster of windows like that. Right there. And then we can do the same thing back here, but honestly just like the one back here. And then we can do, again, the cluster. Like this. And how does that... okay, honestly, those can go down a touch. Like, they can go down by one, I think. And then I could always put, like... that would have been fun if I could be able to do that. I guess if I put them individually down, I could do that and then that and make almost like a custom looking window. We might do that. The double ones, it won't let me do it with, but with the single ones, we could still have the same amount of windows. Or we could not. We could just do less. Because I feel like the 4 looks awkward next to each other. Whereas the 3 looks better. Anyways. And then we could do the 3 white pointy windows on top of those ones. Just to give it a little bit more like dimension. You can't really see it from the exterior that much. But on the interior, it looks nice. And that's what I like. I want it to look nice on the interior. That's the point as well. Interior and exterior. And we can just do like the one window like that over here. And I think that as far as like windows go, for the most part, that should pretty much be good for these ones. And we're pretty much going to just do the same exact thing down here. Where I'm going to do the 1, 2, 3, and just the 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not like directly where it was on the other one. Okay, that's what I was like, why does that look off? Because it kind of was. And we can put that one. Boom. I don't like how everything is starting to kind of do like the little glitch thing whenever I place an item down. That doesn't make me feel great about the build, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. You know, I like doing the exteriors of builds. I don't enjoy doing the interiors as much. This might have to be a 2 stream. a two-part stream. I kind of knew it was probably going to be once I decided to do like a build this big, but look at how nice this looks. I just really like how this house looks right now. I'm not even upset that it's going to be a two-part. Okay. We have that. Let's start working on the interior right here. So with this, I definitely imagine paneling. I'm kind of imagining like that kind of paneling, or maybe that one. Though I don't necessarily love either of those. None of these like come in the right color is the issue. We also have this one. Yeah, none of these are quite the right color for what I want. I want the wood, like a wood. If I do paneling, I want the wood to match, like the wood tone. Because I don't think that these have like a darker, oh, they do have a darker wood tone. Okay. Well, in that case, then we'll do the darker. We can do with the darker wood tone. The darker wood tone might be easier to match with anything. Or with everything, I should say. And then the stairs. Those might actually be easier to match anyways. Not quite. Those might be more correct. Let's see. They also need to change out the railing. What is this one? They don't match exactly. But that's also okay, as long as they're like close enough. I just want stairs that are close enough to matching. Okay, see, like those ones actually match probably better. At least the wooden pieces of it. So I'm happy with that. Okay, now is there a wood tone that looks a bit more... Like this doesn't look as bad now. If we were to do that one. That's an option. This one is also an option. Granted, I think we might do... Yeah. If we did this one. Do we want vampires? Do we want to use a kit that people are less likely to have? I think vampires might need to win. We can also even do the darker of these ones. Decisions. Oh, that's like more of the correct color, but that doesn't look as elegant, you know? I like this one the most, technically. Like, in all reality, we could also always do, like, where it's blue, like where they painted it. How does that one look with the wood? No, the gold definitely looks better with like this darker. I feel like the slightly... I just don't like how like green this wood looks. That one's like straight up red. Like this like slightly brighter tone that doesn't quite match but matches enough might be what we go with. Or in here? I think it might be. Like those doors don't match and those windows don't match, but that's okay. They don't have to match. The doors are more so meant for the exterior anyways than the interior. I think we're gonna go with that. For the flooring, I want to get one of the more like decorative wood floorings. For sure. Because we could do... Oh my gosh, why did that look so... It looks so textured for a second there. Because we could do... something more like that. We also have these pieces where we could do kind of like a... like something like that. And then do a different one around it as like a border or barrier. We also have those ones. I always forget about these vampire ones, which would fully match. It definitely feels like too much to have it everywhere. So maybe we can match it with that one. Let's see. Give it like a bit of an outline type of vibe. We could do that. I do kind of like that where it's like, yeah. I think I like that the most out of all of the options, all the possibilities. Let's go ahead and get this one first. And then we can put this one down up here in the middle like that. There we go. I like it. So far, I like it. So far, so good for this little like entryway seating area. I haven't finished the exterior technically. I'm starting like on the interior stuff. I think since I like to go like back and forth. This is why like when I do speed builds, it's so just like discombobulated, essentially. But let's go ahead and do some like little some stuff like up here, I think, really quick. So we could use that's like too blue. Let's do like that maybe. And then we could do kind of like that. Let's see. These are all new. Ooh. Could do like the white pavers. Kind of make it look a bit older this way. I like the whites. And there's the gray. Maybe the white that doesn't have the grassiness like sticking through. Now we're gonna do this so that way we can actually get a decent little spray down on this. There we go. Do that. Let's go over here. Let's go to the exterior. Let's get the trash can. I mean, they would probably just have like a wheeled trash can. Just on the side of the house over here. So we can go ahead and do that. Maybe there's one on each side, like one for every two residents, essentially. And let's see. As far as plants and stuff go, let's go to shrubs. Get out, go back, go to rocks. And we also need mailbox. I mean, technically this is a residential rental, so I kind of want to give them something more like that, you know? I mean, we could have like 2 mailboxes on each side. And kind of do it that way. I think that's kind of fun. Again, we're going to be using a lot of different packs. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry? Let's do testing beats true. bb dot show hidden objects. bb dot show live edit objects. Okay. Now we also have everything unlocked, like actually unlocked. And I'm gonna save my game really quick because I don't want it to crash when I'm opening the bigger debug menu. Let's go down here. Let's go ahead and type in debug. Let's hit enter. And we're gonna go by packs. I'm specifically gonna go to the base game. What I'm specifically looking for in here is like things that we can use to decorate the house with. I might go to throw one of these like pea bushes back here, just so that I might throw 2 of them for symmetry. I'll mess with the back later. But yeah, I want to go ahead and do that so that way I can see all of the different trees and everything for the base game that are not necessarily... These are all the ones that you have to buy. Here we go. Here's the foliage that you don't necessarily have to buy. Because is that not quite... I'm trying to figure out like what kind of trees and stuff are in this neighborhood. And that's kind of what I use to like, you know, to like figure stuff out and everything. Swamp chair. Is that, yep, it's that bush. Okay. What other colors do you come in? I should say variations, not necessarily colors, but also colors. Let's see, let's do that. Or actually, maybe we could do those more up front. There we go. And then I'm gonna do this one again. And let's flip which side that one is, just that way it's a little bit of a different variation. Yeah, because this is gonna be using like all the base game like debug plants in this one. So that's what we're gonna kind of be using as well. Is it? It is those trees. Perfect. Okay. Good to know. I mean, also, I don't really see this property like having any trees on it necessarily. Unless it's more of like a decorative type of tree, like those like tall sticking straight up trees I could totally see on this property. Just don't know. Oh, is it that one? It is. Okay, perfect. Because like I could see those being like right here, and since this is an older house, they could definitely be like on the taller end like that. Do I want any more? I mean, I could put another one like there, and it creates some privacy. Maybe the same thing on the back. With debug plants, it's a little bit harder sometimes for me because, like, they are specifically, what's it called? Oh my goodness, my brain stopped working. Give me a second. Debug plants, you can't just like duplicate them. You have to go back into debug and find them again, which is something that I hate, by the way. I wish I could duplicate or like copy or whatever debug items as well. I think that that really needs to be a thing. But okay, here we go. What does that say? Deprecated mailbox. And it kind of looks like a mailbox that would be or could be a thing. I just realized this house, there's like a fence in front of like where the entryway is. Oh, so you don't pay too much attention to stuff like that. Maybe this one used to be like the old mailbox or something. Now it's just sitting there as decoration type of deal. The wall vent. For no particular reason. Though that grass isn't the good kind. I'm trying to place the good kind of plants in here, you know? The good kind of plants, the good kind of stones. Let's see. Did I turn off? I did turn off move objects. Are these anywhere around here? Not really. Again, yeah, I'm trying to get plants that are actually around here. I think that this one would be. I feel like these are like a go-to plant for any base game world, so I don't feel like those ones are necessarily not. Yeah, they're right over there. Put those ones like that. Is that this one? Yeah. Could use that to kind of like break up the monotony of everything else. Of like the flowers and everything. I just figured out I had something stuck in my teeth this whole time. That's always fun. Okay, yeah. These flowers. But not that grass. Or that grass. I know there's like better debug grasses in here somewhere. Come on. Like, come on, game. Oh, we also have like those kinds of hedges, but those kinds of hedges don't really seem to exist too much around here. And neither do these ones. I think those ones look better. I just realized that the shadow doesn't get any smaller. The shadow's still You know what? Let's actually get rid of those. I think I'm gonna move everything up a little bit. I think I want to make these like their full grandiose size. There we go. And then we'll scoot those back again. Make these ones a little bit smaller and a little bit more up in the front, I think. Okay, there we go. This is what I was looking. I'm looking like for the more ground covery looking plants, which is hard to find sometimes. Okay, I think that these are the ones that are over there. So I am okay with using them over here. Let's see. Should I really be worrying about like doing ground cover and stuff right now necessarily? Not really. Matter that much? No. Ooh, why does that look so cute back there? Wait. Like that stuff sticking out. Could put like a lavender bush or something. Where are like the flowers? I think we're getting into like the... Where are we... Is it these ones that are over there? I think that these are one of the ones. They're just like way smaller, and I'm gonna make mine way smaller too. I think these also need to be a touch smaller because they're too tall. Let's see. Do like that. What's this one? Ooh, this one's also flowers, but a different kind. Which is perfect. We just need like ground cover. Congrats on redeeming third table. Welcome in. How are you doing today? How's your day going? Okay. Is there any other good ground cover I could put in here? Not really. Okay, let's go back over to here and go to the actual like plants and things that are meant to look nice. Because, yeah, I don't think I quite like any of these ones. And it's not going to keep the price low or anything. It's just always nice when I can't. Ooh, maybe they have some, like some sunflowers. Just around. I always think sunflowers are cute. They're pretty. We can do some of these flowers in various colors. I think too much into this stuff, y'all. I think that's my issue. There we go. Kind of like all the flowers. I think that that's honestly good. Maybe they have like... I don't know. I don't know. I think that that looks good, okay? Okay. Also, make sure we get kind of like a... I don't want to do like the field of... No. No. Let's do like the scratchy. We're gonna do the circle. We're gonna do it pretty light. I guess we could do the square. That way we kind of stay within the bounds of this. And we can kind of throw that around in there. You know, that's good. Thank you, Plague Doc Panda, for redeeming second. Congratulations. Congratulations on getting second there. Okay. It's looking good. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I do want to put some more of this, like, just under certain areas. And certain things. Let's see. Just because most people against their house, their grass isn't always all that great or perfect looking or anything. I don't know what I want to do to the back of the house over here. If all that much. I'm thinking of maybe like doing like a little hedge wall or something. A little communal like sitting space back there. Something kind of like that. If you guys have any suggestions as to what I should do to the back of the house, let me know. But yeah, I'm thinking of maybe doing like some sort of like little sitting area back here with some furniture. Do we do that first? I think we should. I think we should continue with doing like exterior stuff first. I'm pretty happy with the front of the house right now. The sides are a little bit bland, but I'm kind of okay with that. I might do just kind of like a little like the patches one, kind of from there to the trash can. Maybe them dragging the trash cans have caused like some patchwork and stuff and that and stuff like that in the grass. Okay, we're saving again. I know I'm saving a lot. I know, I understand I'm saving a lot, but I don't want to lose anything. We ain't losing anything today, okay? And we're uploading this to the gallery before The Sims decides to like just wipe everything again randomly. Yeah, looking at this house compared to that house, same concept. I think ours looks so much better. Let's see. I have that window up there, window up there. Okay. This exterior, in my opinion, is looking pretty snazzy. Pretty dang snazzy. I'm gonna double check to see what's going on really quick. Oh. Lovely. Oh, Chris is passing like a car accident right now. Yeah, let's continue working on the exterior, because if I don't finish this, I could always work on the... If like I finish the exterior, I could always work on the interior of the apartments in another stream. And maybe it could be like a companion stream of like creating the Sims for those apartments or something. I don't know. I do not know. But maybe... I am kind of thinking of like the hedge wall type of thing, but maybe with actual like hedges, because these I can place a lot closer the edge like that. Like, what would actually be tall enough? I mean, those could be tall enough. We do have those as well. Those are a little bit too much, and those aren't very tall. You or you? Let's do these ones. I think I like these ones a little bit more. I can even move them a little bit off the lot, so that way I can even make it like an extended little hedge wall looking thing. It'd be kind of like that. And then maybe those are what we put along these sides, just that way there's something. I feel like without anything, it looks a little bit naked. Let's go and do another one right there. I'm okay if those like overlap and stuff a little bit. But yeah, without like these along this like exterior portion, it feels a little too naked for me and my liking. I kind of like that. Do I really want the one? No. No. I think it looks fine without having the one at the very, like, going past. Because then we have like this little area where, I don't know, maybe they have, like, maybe this is like where they're allowed to like grill or something. Just have just space game set. I don't need just space game set for this part. Because I imagine them like, I don't know if they like want to have like the really nice grills. I don't know, it's just like a richer part of the city, so I imagine that like they'd feel pretty safe with their stuff out here. That's just like in my imagination. But we could do like a little like planter pots or something back here maybe. I don't know, I just want to give them some sort of like activity to do back here is pretty much the point of this. Oh my gosh, these arches are like perfect. Wait, because then we can use the little hedges. Like some of the smaller hedges and things. Or like these ones specifically. To kind of create an actual like little wall type of deal. That's why, because I put them in two different spots. I was like, why do those like look different? There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Sims should be able to walk through those no problem still. And that's how we can kind of make it feel like they have some security from like the outside world. I don't know. I also kind of want to put some sort of sign in the front because that would be fun. Ooh, we could put like a water fountain. I actually really like that one. I feel like that might fit for the front. Or like some sort of focal point piece right here. Like it blocks the sunflowers, but oh well. I'm like, I felt like it was missing something. And a water fountain, it makes sense. It makes sense right there. In my opinion. Oh, maybe some like walkway lights would make sense too. I mean, I'm not gonna do like those ones necessarily. Like maybe these ones. Let's see, maybe like every other one. It's like or maybe we just do every single. No, that's way too many. Maybe this should end like right there instead. Just for the sake of the cohesiveness of everything. And then we can have them like on either side of the fountain type of deal. Yeah. I know, I'm just like adding more and more to the front of this dang house. It's me, what do you expect? I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. All the animal stuff. I mean, like, we could use, like, one of these grills that have, like... No, that feels like too much. Forgot this quick treats grill. I actually really like that one. You also have this one. Or just something small. Maybe the residents are advised to not grill, like, actually in their apartments or something. I don't know. I really don't know what I want to put back here. I just want to put something, you know? Like, I want there to be some sort of furniture back here. I'm thinking one of the patio tables would be good. Let's see. Like one of these tables with like an umbrella. Like this one looks cute. We could do it kind of like in a color palette of the house. Maybe that's like the central focal point type of thing. We can do that. Or, I don't know. Maybe this is like on one side. I do want to have a grill out here somewhere, so we are going to figure out where we're going to put that. I think I'm just gonna do like a base game grill. Maybe it is like right here up against the back of that. Is that smart? I don't know. Maybe it's like a tile away. We could have that. I'm thinking some sort of like outdoor trash can back here as well. Maybe. Or no. I don't need the outdoor trash can back here. There's other random decor. Okay, outdoor activities that we could have back here. I have those two arches now. We could have like a bird feeder. That would be cute. I also really like these swings. This like perfect little swing set. And I do feel like it fits the vibe of the house. It's just way too big. The swing sets will not fit back here. Noted. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like the horseshoe set or something. I always put the water heater back here. Or like on one of these ones. No, I'm not going to deal with like water heaters and stuff with this lot, I don't think. Not that I would necessarily be playing on this lot. Although you never know, I might decide I want to. I totally missed the horseshoe stuff somewhere. Somewhere on here. I mean, we could have like a flower pot or two back here. These ones are really cute. There's one there. Maybe there's one over here. Where's the horseshoe stuff? Maybe upgrades make only the sprinkler you'll ever need in your garden. Forgot that we have... I've never used that sprinkler, by the way. I've always forgotten about it. I've literally always forgotten about that sprinkler. We could do like a little marbles game or something. Ooh, we could put the picnic basket like... No, we can't put it on the table. I wish we could. I'm thinking like maybe a fire pit. But I don't know if an apartment would be like encouraging their residents to have a fire like that. I'm also thinking maybe something like this, like where residents can use that, but that feels like a more personal type of thing. I mean, we could have one of these like patterned rugs out here. Or the classic romantic blanket with like a little picnic thing next to it. What is this? The midsummer cooler. Oh, that's a cooler. That's okay. That's perfect then to have like right there. Like the cooler, the little blankets. I don't know where the horseshoes are. Like why I can't find those. I would think that they would be in outdoor activities. But I see them nowhere. They are nowhere to be found in my brain, like on my screen for my eyes to see. Which is fine. Yeah, I think that that's a good setup of things. Maybe we'll do like the white one. Okay, so over there I want that to stay kind of like grassy. Over here on this side, I think that I want to make it a bit more pathy. Is possibly the best word for it. Maybe back here is where it's a little bit more overgrown. Oh, that's so big. Where like this side of it is like the last of all of these. There we go. Yeah, let's go a little bit further into the bushes. That way, just so it looks correct. And on the house, we can go about there. Oop. Okay. And we can kind of have this like, I don't know, like that. It kind of looks like a little picnic basket. And have the little picnic blanket right here. I think that's like a cute little back area. That's like a common area thing. And it's a woohoo blanket. There's a bunch of objects to woohoo in back here. If we're being completely honest, I think it's great. As far as lights go back here, I do think it'd be smart to have something above the grill. So maybe just like this cast down light is back here. Let's go over to night. Yeah, so we can have that cast down light. Maybe because they want to like look fancy, they have some of these ones sitting around. I mean, it does make a lot of sense like next to the blanket. Forget that we have like these like lights of various kinds. I think I might use these ones. Let's see. I kind of want them to end like there. Let's go ahead and move those back one more. Those go up one more. I just need to find the posts for those. Which I don't know if it is down here. Because, yeah. Oh my gosh, we could even have them going across like there. Because you have to get like another post, right? You don't just... Or I can just do that. No, because then it'll be super bright. I don't want it to be super bright. Ooh. Also use this. Like maybe there's a couple of these just like scattered around. To help light up this house. Or at least like the front. Right there. Yeah. Lighting right there looks good. This lighting just makes sense back here. I need to find that last little post, which I think would probably be in sculptures. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Gotta love an exterior. I guess you don't have to, but I like exteriors. Okay, now I'm still gonna keep it dark so I can put the lights on the exteriors all around here. Just up by the doors. What else is it considered like exterior lighting? Also like these. I'm kind of curious to. I'm just gonna go to lighting in general because I'm okay with doing that. It's fine. We don't need to specifically use that lighting from that. Lighting. Let's do that. Wall sconces. One that looks like nice for the exterior, I think. Or one that would kind of like make sense. I think this one would make actually a lot of sense. Like one of these ones. Maybe even two of these ones. By the front doors at least. Let's see, is there anything else I think will work better? Not really. I really like those ones, I think, for... Even if it doesn't feel like they do all that much. Which they really don't do all that much. Put them just above. Just above. Okay. We have that. I don't know if I want to put anything like leading up to the entryway. I don't think I'm going to. Although we could put something like in the corner over here. Let's do decorations. I'm thinking some sort of like potted plant personally. For that corner right there, I think that would make the most sense. Although, no, let's go back to the lighting. That's not what I was doing. Not what I was doing. I was going to do lighting for all the different spots. Like over here as well, I want to put a light. I don't know. I feel like for these ones, like these types of little wall sconces would look nice. Like that. I'm trying to be consistent with like where I'm placing them, but it's really hard to tell. Okay. Yeah, that one was definitely up a little bit higher. There we go. There we go. Oh, did I not put the flooring right here? Whoops-a-daisy. We're discovering different random things. I'm gonna grab those ones. And we'll put them out there. Kind of like in between the two. Yeah, that's where I put them on that one. Okay, exterior white lighting wise, I like it. As we kind of like customize the different specific areas, we might change it up and stuff. Up here, I'm also debating if there's anything else we should put up here, but I kind of just like leaving it plain like that. I'm not going to let my Sims get up there. Let's go ahead and save again. How long have we been streaming? Almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. Let's see. Okay, I have to take a drink of water. Okay. What do you guys think about this house? I like it. I'm debating what I want to do. Do I want to continue streaming or do I want to call it here and we'll do the interiors in the next one? So this is the entire exterior, like, just done. Here's what it looks like in like the different lightings. Or you know what? I guess the exterior is not completely done because I didn't do the roof or the ceiling tiles on anything. Let's go ahead and do that. There's the heartwood planks. Do I want to use those ones, or do I want to use like something that's a little bit more? Use like these ones for the ceiling. That even change it? Weird. Okay. Wait, so what does this look like right now? Does it not have a ceiling? Oh, it does not have a ceiling. How do I add a ceiling? Does anyone know? Because wait, did it actually replace it? It did actually replace it on that one. Okay, there we go. Now it's actually replaced it. But how do I add a ceiling to like... I want to put this as the ceiling. Like, this one has a ceiling. Is that the one that I put the... I think I forgot to continue doing that. I think I put a floor down right there, and I didn't do it for any of these other areas. So, let's see. There we go. Let's see. You down. And boom. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. And then let's put you down right there. I guess I could have just done that, huh? Okay, now will those show up? Yes. Okay. That all shows up as like one room's ceiling, which is perfect. Okay, now we're officially done with the exterior. I do think I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. I'm actually very happy with this house. It looks so... This might be one of the best builds I've done. Like, legitimately, this might be one of the best builds that I have done. I'm very happy with it. I will be creating this into like a speed build. We will not see the whole thing because I forgot to actually record during the whole thing. But that's okay. I love how this house looks so much. It just looks good. It looks good from the exterior. Now we're gonna have to do all the different apartments. We have 4 apartments. Maybe I'll like ask like what people want me to do. In the next stream, if you guys catch the next stream, I will probably be asking for suggestions on what kind of Sims live in each apartment, or we'll kind of like figure out like a wheel or something I can spin to figure out what kind of Sim lives in each apartment. And we can decide. I do want to have like a more standardized thing. So we'll be putting the same counters, the same fridge, the same appliances, all that in there. But then we'll customize it with like the beds, the couches, TVs, those types of things. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's stream. If you guys did, don't forget to like and subscribe over on YouTube. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out. I'm trying to get to 900 subscribers right now. Don't forget to follow on Twitch as well. That'd be very appreciated. That way you guys don't miss the next stream. You can help me figure out what kind of Sims live in this, like in these units, in these apartments. And yeah, I will see you guys all next time. Bye guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day.